Hey guys, Michael Foley with Foley Auto Consulting here. Wanted to do a video on my favorite part of the car buying process, which is the test drive. So we're going to be talking about three things that you should always do on a test drive. So those three things are: number one, always make sure to point out things that you don't like about the car while you're test driving. Second thing is always ask the salesman that you're driving with a question that you already know the answer to, and see what his response is. And then lastly, always walk away after the test drive. Can't say that enough. So to dive into the first point, as always point out things that you don't really like about the car. The test drive is really an emotional time. It's really exciting, driving a car you've never driven before, and there's a lot of times you probably love it. But one of the biggest things is when you point out all the things that you don't like about the car, it actually brings you to more of the cognitive thinking. So you remove yourself from that emotional, oh my god, this car is perfect. So there's that part, and because you really want to remove the emotion when you're making an educated decision on what kind of investment you want to make with a car. Secondly, pointing out the things you don't like are actually helpful when it comes to your negotiation with the car salesman who's sitting next to you. So if he thinks that you love the car and would do anything for the car, he's probably not going to give you the best deal. He might be ratcheting it up a little bit, just because he knows you have to have it. So pointing out some of the things that you don't like might not be a bad call. So secondly, always ask the salesman a question that you already know the answer to and see what his response is. So this can be anything from what is the horsepower of the car again, or what is the 0 to 60 time, or my favorite is what is the liter engine of this engine. Just some little bit unique questions, but make sure you know the answer and see what his response is, or her response. And because how they answer that is either they're going to know it right off the bat, which is phenomenal. You got a good guy who knows his stuff, or he completely makes up a number that is wrong, and that tells you something about who's sitting next to you. So especially when it comes to making a deal, maybe that's probably not the person you want to be talking with, because he's lying to you. So that's one tip that I like always doing. And then lastly is always walk away after the test drive. As much, this is always a really emotional time when you're looking to buy this car. You just got out of the car, test drove it, you love it, you're trying to show that you don't love it, but you really do love it. Always walk away. You can always come back later that day, but you walking away from that car lot gives you such an edge on your negotiation when it comes to figuring out what you're actually going to pay for that car, if that is even the car that you like. So those are just three tips that are helpful for when you're looking at doing a test drive. So like I said, this is something that we help do a lot of coaching with Foley Auto Consulting. So if you wanted some help, someone to hold your hand while you're going through this process, is absolutely something we can help with. So check out our link below to our website, foleyautoconsulting.com, and let us know. Talk soon. Bye.